Good morning, YouTube. It's CJ here from City Raised Country Living. I'm here back at Wallpaper Hell, and today I'm gonna try and get the flooring down in this small bedroom in the back. So the first thing I need to do is I need to clearance the door frames. Excuse the lighting in here, it's kind of bad. I need to clearance the door frames to fit the wallpaper, the flooring under. Once I fit the flooring under it, then it's just a plug and play from there. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab a piece of the felt that I'm using as a vapor barrier and a piece of the flooring, and I'm gonna bump it up against here. Like that. And I'm gonna take my Dremel, my multi-tool oscillating head, and I'm gonna cut in here like this, and I'm gonna cut a small piece out there just big enough that it's gonna fit my flooring and vapor barrier down there. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So now that I've made that cut, I should be able to get this little piece of wood out of here. And my vapor barrier, along with my plank, should fit under there nice and tightly, just like that. So I'm gonna continue on along the whole back side. I'm not going to do the trim because it's not necessary. I'm gonna keep a barrier away from the trim. So I'm not really worried about cutting under the trim. Just like that. And we'll come through when we're done. We'll vacuum up everything all nice and clean. Make sure we got a nice clean work surface to work with. so I got that done. Now I have the clearance to fit the boards under all the door frames. Next, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll out this felt that I got right here. It's actually roofing felt, but it's one of the best moisture barriers you can get because it's made for outside. So this house is on a crawl space, meaning that there's gonna be condensation and things that get underneath this house. Moisture. When that moisture tries to rise, it's gonna try to rise up through the floor. Well, I wanna try to prevent that from messing up the floors that I'm putting in here. So that's why we're gonna put this roofing felt in there to try and catch some of that and keep it from coming in. The type of floor that we're using is this Procore Legacy Oak. I like the color a lot. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's really nice. It's got some gray tones, a lot of grays, a little bit of brown. I'm not a brown person. I don't like brown. So this is my preference. I probably paid a little bit too much for all of this, but it is what it is. In the long run, it should pay off, and it should pay off very nicely. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna start laying down flooring. So I said, part one, we're just gonna get this rolled out so we can put this down. And obviously you don't have to worry about being perfect. It's never gonna be perfect, so. So I cut the hole for the register right there, just so I kind of know where it's at. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a board. And put it in place. I've got these shims here. And you wanna put shims in place to allow for expansion of the material. So what we'll do is we'll put 2 or 3 of these in place. To allow for expansion. Probably be easier without gloves on, honestly. first piece in. So then I'll grab my second piece, and I'm gonna grab one from each box as I'm doing this, so I can kind of vary the colors a little bit. You just put it in here at an angle, you push it down, get your little alignment tool in there, or your spacer. Get my rubber mallet. I'm gonna bang it down here at the seam. It's that easy to set the seams in place. And then, because of the way I just did it, I have a little bit of a gap. So, I'll take this, and I'll just tap it in place. So they're lined up nice and evenly, pretty, and ready for the next one. And we'll just continue this process through the whole way. Pretty soon, this room is going to look brand new. Don't stress if your line's kind of moving at the beginning. You can come back on the second row and you can adjust everything. A lot of these old houses, the rooms are not square in the slightest. So you have to just kind of do the best you can and adjust on the fly. So now I'm over here in the corner and my piece doesn't fit. It's too big. So let's see how big it is. So I've got about 7 or 8 inches of extra material here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my speed square. I'm gonna make sure that I have my piece going the right way. Place my speed square. And I'm gonna cut. And it should be as easy as taking, bending, and snapping. So now, my piece should fit and still have a little bit of gap over there. Put a spacer in place, both of them. Boom, first row is done. Now, we're gonna move to the second row. Well, I'm moving to the second row, and I've got this extra piece here. What I can do with this extra piece is I can use it, and I can start it down there at the end of that row, and it'll throw me off a little bit, which is fine. Or I can take a whole new piece and I can cut it in half, and that's probably what I'll end up doing. So, I have a brand new piece. I'll sit here and I'll get it in place. We'll put all those scraps to use later. But you don't want all the seams to line up together. You want them to kind of be different. It doesn't take much to squirt it. That squirt right there. That's it. Another piece ready. So then I'll get this in place. Get a shim. Make sure to keep our spacing. So I messed up and I used the wrong side. So it is as easy as putting a new one in place. We're repeating the process. Now I have my next piece, and I have to connect it on two sides. So what I'm going to try and do is get the long side attached first. And then snap in the short side. that set in place. Now, I have a little bit of a gap here because those aren't lined up perfectly. So, I will grab this little tool here, put some pressure, and pull it to it. Pull just a little bit more. Okay, so unfortunately I'm out of time for today here at the rental property. I've got to go get some stuff done around my other house. Cut the grass, move the chickens. We actually have a sick chicken right now that we're trying to nurse back to health. So that's all I can get done here at the rental property. I feel like I made a little bit of good progress. It's turning out well. It's dark, but when it's done, it'll look amazing. So I'm gonna try and get back over here maybe tomorrow morning. Definitely on Friday. I'm remotivated. This is what I needed. I needed to remotivate myself to get in here and get this place done, because every day it's sitting without a tenant in it, I'm losing money essentially. So thank you for checking out the video. I hope you watched all the way through. If you didn't, I'm not mad at it. Come back for the next one. I'm gonna try and keep these things coming. I'm gonna try and keep them interesting. I don't wanna bore people. I wanna show people that this can be done on an everyday person's working salary. For those of you who know me personally, if you're interested in taking part in some of this, or you're interested in learning about this, reach out to me. If I don't know you personally and you're interested, reach out to me. I'm always down to talk real estate. So that's it for today. This may be the end of the video. I may add on to the video. I don't know yet, but we'll see. All right.